Louisiana Beer Reviews, looking at Dry-Hopped Barleywine-Style Ale from Sierra Nevada and Avery. Now they said on the website that it is not a collaboration. It's simply the original Sierra Nevada Barleywine-Style Ale, Bigfoot, right? Completely brewed. Then the Avery, their barley wine style ale, what's the name of it? Hog Heaven, I think, which I've not had. Completely brewed. Then they're put together and aged together. Okay? Now, what you get after the mix is 9.4% alcohol and 90 international bitterness units. 2 row pale and caramel malts. Zeus and Chinook are the hops. That seems different though than what I was reading on the two websites. I thought there was more hop and malt varieties than just this. I don't get it. 87 on Beer Advocate. So Beer Advocate saying it's, I would call that good. They're saying very good. Rapier saying it's a 95. Most excellent, outstanding even in their viewpoint. But in the style, it's just marginally good in 81. So overall, it's just like, you can't believe it. It's so good. And the style, it's kind of good. All right. I've never had it. I bought this in the beer camp around the world. I have this one and that sundae left. I think it's raspberry sundae. Oh man. Oh why? Packaged on April 12th. We recreated, as an homage to the two beers, we recreated both barley wine recipes, then blended the beers into a new hop-heavy creation. Bittersweet malt character, that's common for these type of things. Notes of caramel, common. Toffee, common. Massive wall of hop flavor, common. Bottle condition, common. All right, 9.4% alcohol, very common. About to go over the top. All right. It's a red ale. Well, the sun, it's bright right now outside. It's bright right now at 8:30. At 8:18, excuse me. So it's like reddish, but that's going, and then you're seeing that wood desktop. Yeah, it's like copper. It is mostly clear with some lazy bubble, ascending bubbles, and a lot of powdery sediment suspended throughout. That is a very thick, what color is that? Beige head, some kind of variety of beige. Okay. A lot of hop resins. It's not too aromatic, but I'm picking up that syrupy sweetness, that resiny barley malt. You know, the hop resin intermixed with the barley malt. That strong barley wine style red ale slash strong imperial red ale style aroma, which is hard to describe. It's like a, oh, that was a faux pas. In a way, though, it gives you a real good. You just inhale it in your nose. It gives you a good kind of appreciation of it, though, because it's just that sort of bread crust. Yeah, like you say, don't say Roman meal. That's what it smells like. Kind of a Roman meal bread. Smells good. Nothing too like, oh, I never smelled this before. This is more like, oh, I'm familiar with this aroma. I've had Bigfoot many times. Never had Hog Heaven, but all right, let's go with the taste. Wow. That is a hoppy, bitter beer. Now some beers they talk the talk. You know, they sell it as though, oh, don't even try it. It's too hoppy for you. It's too bitter. You can't handle it. You're not worthy and all of that. This one lives up to the hype. Believe me. It is so hoppy. It is so bitter. It's the full 90. It's a very chewy mouthfeel, so it's a heavy, gritty, not gritty, grainy, like cereal grain mouthfeel with the hops, oily, spiced. It's very ridiculous. You might find it too ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's too dank, it's too bitter, it's too intense for my sensibilities. I'm not going to understand that because this is a little strong, and I can see how it would not appeal to many people. It's on the medium to mostly dry end of the spectrum, 9.4. Okay, so I love the bottle design for this 2017 beer can. I've been looking at it and trying to figure out what it harkens to, and I don't know. I can't place it. It's something stylistically that reminds me of something else. Stateside collaboration. Well, stateside, not really collaboration. They're claiming. Yeah, there's some gooey sediment at the bottom, and even some blackish sludge type thing. Oh, that's. I don't know, would that appeal to you? So it's bitter, oily, sticky. Like I got that, like you saw when I sniffed it, I got on my fingers. It would be very sticky. I spilt some of this on a keyboard once, and then the letters over. I cleaned it all out good, but for a year the letters were sticking. I almost went and bought a new keyboard, so it's very sticky. Eventually, whatever was doing that, I guess, crystallized and washed, like broke away. I wouldn't want to drink this too much, okay? Like 2-3 times a year. That would be fine in my booklet. Okay, 2 or 3 times a year, perhaps 4. No more than that. It's just too bitter. It's too chewy. It's too rich. It's too bold. It's too strong. How somebody could drink this on a daily basis, I do not know. If it was barrel aged, it would probably be unpleasant in my viewpoint. I don't think barrel aging would help this. But then, I don't really like barrel aged beers, okay? So I have to admit that. I like bourbon, brandy, other types of whiskey, even gin, and the FBI. But I don't really like them with beer. I don't know. It's just something that doesn't. Now, when the Blue Moon did the wine barrel aging for those big 24.5 ounce bottles, you know, those big super bottles, bigger than a bomber, 9.5% alcohol, whatever those were, that series that didn't last, but you know, a lot of people wouldn't buy it. You know, the Blue Moon people aren't going to buy it because it's going to be too, you know, they're not going to fool with that. And then a lot of the craft beer people won't buy it because it's made by most, you know, Molson Coors. I don't mess with the macro people. But to me, it was really good. When I first had it, I found it kind of unusual, and maybe I didn't like it. Then it kind of grew on me. So maybe the wine works better on the beer than the bourbon barrels, but I don't know. I'd just rather just straight beer, I guess. All right. Anyway, so this is a winner. Enough ruminations and philosophical extrapolations of beer theory. I think I have to be fair and give it an A, a solid A, which would be around 94, 95. Yeah, I would say an A. This is a most excellent beer, even though, like I said, I would only drink it 2, 3, or 4 times a year. Yeah, 4 times a year, once every 3 months. That would be more than enough. Look at that thick lacing. Oh, it's so impressive. The swish and pour, I got more of the... This is suspended sediment, and it's like ribbons of fine, dark, almost pepper black particulate matter, and it's slowly going towards the bottom. So that's some heavy material heading down toward the bottom. Very fascinating, beautiful looking product. Les Bon Temps Roulé, a solid A all the way, and I'm gonna, you know, end the style overall, and I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana. Grandfather and me.